and it said we have 67 rescues. I cannot imagine dealing with 67 rescues, so I wanted to talk about it, and I'm delighted to welcome Monica Hardman. She's the president, founder, equine manager of the Equine Rescue Centre, which is located on 129 in Watsonville. Good morning to you, Monica, and thanks for being with us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Not at all. First off, let's start about how did the Equine Rescue Centre come about?
I'd say we came about 8 years ago, based on I kept seeing horses that were older or with chronic conditions that needed a home, and they just needed to live out their golden years. So I started it based on trying to give those older horses some sanctuary and a natural death. Once I started seeing a lot of the horses, younger horses that were perfectly good horses that were going to the slaughterhouse, I knew that it just had to be done.
And now you have 67 horses?
Yes, we do. 67 rescues. It's a lot of work. Many of them need to be retrained or have suffered some form of abuse or neglect. We just got one recently in from animal control in Santa Cruz, and a horse had been tied to a tree for a few days with no food or water. And they called me, and then we bring them in, and some of the horses will come in severely emaciated. Due to what's going on in the economy, people have to feed themselves. So, unfortunately, the horse ends up suffering.
How much does it cost to feed one horse for a week?
Okay, I'd say a month. I kind of do it by the month.
Okay.
It's about $100 to feed a horse. I'd say a horse that's in good condition. About $150 to $200 for horses that are special needs that require, let's say, a soft diet of just grain because they're older and they don't have a lot of teeth. The good thing about where we're located is we have grazing. And so a lot of the horses can sustain themselves in one part of our ranch, probably about January through June. So our feed bill goes down a bit at that time of year. But the rest of the year, it's pretty heavy.
I was going to say, and the next bigger bill that comes up is your veterinary bill.
Oh, yes. The veterinarians are very cooperative with us, and the one we use gives us a discount. But, for the most part, it can be very costly. We just had some dental work done. We had some male horses gelded. And, that's 4 or 5 horses, and the bill was $700. So you can imagine how high things and costly things get for us.
Certainly. How do you have donors that donate to you on a regular basis, or do you get people who just do a one-off? I mean, how on earth do you deal with 67 horses, Monica? I can't imagine it. I know people who have 1 and maybe 2, and it's so time-consuming, and I think a lot of people don't realize what goes into it, and also they don't realize just how long horses live a long life.
Yes, they do. I'd say that we operate solely on donations, grants, and monthly sponsors. And yeah, we do have people who give us a one-time donation, but we also have people who give us regular donations monthly. And that's the way we did get a grant, or we do get a grant one time a year from the ASPCA. So we're backed by the ASPCA. We do apply for other grants, which we're about to. They're specific to equines, to horses, ponies, donkeys, and mules. But, I'd say it's a passion of mine. I am so driven to keep this thing going. And, the horses help people a lot too. And it's not only us helping them, but they help us. And we have, children out here from schools, and we're doing a program for rape victims and victims of violent crimes. And we have some of the vets out here, Vietnam vets, who help out. And you just see, people just coming here, and it's all voluntary. Nobody is paid. I am not paid. We have no paid staff. And you see people come out here, and it's just selfless goodness and kindness. And that's how this place runs. And I mean, it's amazing because it's like we're helping our horses, but the horses are really helping everyone else, and they've helped me through my own personal tragedy. So, you know, I learned a certain thing that I could give to other people. So it's kind of hard to put into words. You know, you have to be with a horse that's broken down, and over time you see them trust you, and they change because you believe in them. And, you know, it's vice versa. So.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to just put the word out about your organization, because when I see something that says we have 67 rescues, I am stopped in my tracks at that, because the people just couldn't, I don't know how you deal with it. How many volunteers do you have altogether?
I'd say the regular volunteers who are in here, I'd say we have about a dozen that are committed to regular, and I don't mean like once a month. I mean, they're here, you know, regularly, like daily. And, you know, different people have different jobs or little, you know, tasks they do at the ranch. We have some people who handle the horses, some people who like to help clean, some people who do administrative tasks. So it's just, you know, everyone can kind of have a place here. And our adoptions last year were very high, so we do a lot of adoptions, too.
Good. Well, hopefully that one that you just got in from Animal Services will get a home with some nicer people, because it always amazes me when you hear awful stories. I mean, who would tie a horse to a tree and then just leave it there? What kind of person does that? Somebody desperate, and, you know, just not really. I see so much of it that, you know, I try not to be too judgmental, because, you know, people all have a reason, but yeah, it's heartbreaking. I deal with a daily heartbreak when you see, you know, these horses being thrown out. Yeah. Well, folks, if you can help out either by showing up or by making a donation, whether it's a one-off donation or if you'd like to become a sponsor, we would encourage you to do so, because Monica Hardman can't do it alone with her 12 volunteers, and really it's a lot that is needed.
Thank you.
It's the ERC, and that's P.O. Box 444, Watsonville, California, or Equine Rescue Center.com/donate. This information will be up on the Good Morning Monterey Bay page, Facebook page. So if you didn't get it, if you're driving in your car and you need it, just go to that and then you'll find all the information there. But we do hope that our good friends out there listening in KSCO Radio Land will want to step up to the plate and give you a hand.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Not at all. We appreciate what you're doing, too. That is Monica Hardman. She is the president, founder, and equine manager of the Equine Rescue Center.com. Excuse me, it's .com. So if you can help out, do so. We would love that.